Hey, speaking of Christmas, do you see what I
Do
see?
you see? Well, no. Yeah, we should do that.
Quit listening to this podcast. We're going to pick it up again later.
Thanks, Thunder Chicken. Um,
You're listening to And This Is Why I Love Comics.
and welcome to another episode of And This Is Why I Love Comics. That's right, it's the Christmas episode. Hi,
Jingle
Mike.
bells.
Mike's already here. We've
Yep.
been chatting away for a little bit offline, and now we're online chatting with you.
Chitter chat. Jingle bells.
That's right. Merry
Klein.
Christmas and happy holidays if you celebrate some other holiday. We are glad you're here with us. I hope the snow hasn't been too bad for you. It's been pretty good for us so far.
Not bad at all, actually.
I'll probably regret saying that, when it
I'm
actually
going to
happens.
jinx it.
Right.
You done ruined the holiday season, sir.
Dang it. But we're just sitting here talking about what we're going to do tonight. Plan so far is we've both picked out a
Christmas
issue,
gift.
a Christmas gift for each other and you, the listener. So I picked out a Christmas comic, and Mike picked out a Christmas comic book, and we're
Yep.
going to chat briefly about them. I'm sure we're not going to get into too much, although mine is really goofy and I have questions. So we'll talk about that, and then I think we're going to do a quiz or two just for fun on this Christmas holiday venture so that maybe you can answer along. We are still picking out the quizzes, but it'll be fun.
Yeah,
So,
determine exactly how far we are in the geek scale.
Christmas spirit, is it? I mean, that's really,
It's a gift.
yeah. So it's a gift that keeps on giving. For my Christmas comic, I kind of had this drop into my hands a couple weeks ago, and I thought it'd be good to talk about. I chose Superman 369, cover date of March of 1982, cover price of 60 cents, 32 pages. The
Oh,
writer
goodness.
was Cary Bates. Penciler was Rich Buckler. Frank McLaughlin was inker. Adrian Roy, the colorist, and Julius Schwartz was the editor. That's the book I picked. Which book did you pick?
Well, it's a little bit of a tricky question because I'm actually reading it from a digest, which is a reprint of an older issue. So the original was Justice League number 110 back from 1973. Their 100-page comic that they had done back in the day. But this one is the Best of DC Blue Ribbon Digest Christmas with the Superheroes, number 22.
Yeah, my
That's a
title of my book
whopping 95 cents at the time.
is called Superman's Last Christmas.
Let's see if I can top that with this one. This one is called The Man Who Murdered Santa Claus.
What?
Nothing
Murder?
says Christmas cheer like the murder.
That's impossible. We got, you know what? My wife bought a Tushy the other week.
So what?
A Tushy. It's one
You
of
mean-
those
Please elaborate.
bidets you put on your toilet. It sprays up,
Oh, yes.
cleans. It lifts and separates.
Yeah. Yeah. You sing an octave higher.
Right, cold water or hot water. You can do mix of both.
Yeah, somebody puts it a little too hot.
And my 3-year-old daughter discovered for us how far that thing will shoot.
Oh, no.
As she turned it on and then got off the toilet and kept it going. And our bathroom is across from our bedroom closet. And it shot straight into the bedroom closet and got the floor soaking wet. We had to come in with shields blocking the water and then rushed over to turn it off. It was, I wish I had it on video. It was hilarity at its finest.
Yeah, that's one of the more brilliant things in the world. I mean, somebody's got just being able to have that in your home. It's like, oh, what a luxury. And then, of course, anything that can go wrong with it will go wrong. And
Right.
having somebody like legitimately explaining to family members, I can't come to the phone now. My toilet is attacking us.
Right.
You
Exactly.
can check that off your bucket list.
Right. Yeah.
Fought the toilet.
I did, and we lost.
And this one seems to have a really low drinking fountain.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And after
but I
your
was like,
third glass,
yeah, I was like, this isn't getting any. I didn't know this is like an aftermarket thing you can get.
yeah, I mean, you can. It just attaches to your water lines and hooks up to your seat.
So when the
And
next time toilet paper becomes a rare commodity, you're
right,
just
we're
laughing
set.
and laughing and laughing.
That's We don't need toilet paper anymore. Where I'm going, I don't need roads.
Yeah, the skid marks are gone. Yeah, on that note,
On that note, do you want to go first on your issue, or you want me to go first on mine?
yeah, I can go a little bit. Long story short, someone kills the mall's Santa that was going to be there for all the superheroes. And so obviously, with the death of one mall Santa, Batman and Superman call in the entire Justice League to try to help solve who murdered Santa. As a result, they send out notices, and a lot of people just don't bother to answer their call from Batman and Superman. Those that do show up, one is intending to show up, but it's Hal Jordan, who, of all things, slips on a bar of soap and knocks his head on the bathroom bathtub and knocks himself out. The
What?
ring, yes. So Hal is knocked out of commission because of a bar of soap. So, remember that, kids.
Was it
Be
yellow?
safe in the bathroom. Most accidents in the home happen in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It must be Lifebuoy. So then John Stewart takes his place in this issue. Those that do show up, then it becomes this huge, mystery of who killed him, and they give him a clue, and then they follow the clue. The clue leads them to St. Louis, and then they find that they have to find out where this key goes to, and it leads to this elaborate sets of traps, and it's one trap after another, and every trap claims a member of the Justice League, until it's down to the final two Justice Leaguers left, and it is just John Stewart and Red Tornado.
Whoa.
And they fight, and it turns out that it gets revealed that the person that has set all this, that murdered the mall Santa, was a character called The Key,
Oh, I
an
like the key.
old villain going way back apparently. But he's dying. He only has like a year to live, and they said he won't live past Christmas. Thus, the Christmas aspect of it. And so he's determined that he's going to kill the Justice League before he dies himself. This is where I get into a little bit of spoiler territory for a comic that was done in the 1970s. None of the Justice League members who died valiantly, none of them died because the ghost in the machine, the Deus Ex Machina, kicks in. Phantom Stranger pretended to be one of the key men,
What?
basically the lackeys of the Key,
Should have been real
and
Santa.
saved each of these characters right at the moment of when they would have died. But even though all this has happened, it has caused them to be too late, and the bomb that was set to go off in St. Louis does go off. But because of John Stewart, he puts a big old protective dome over the explosion, and when the explosion is done, the buildings are brand spanking new. And how is that? Because the Green Lantern's ring is so powerful and his ability is so amazing that at the moment of the explosion, he used the ring to completely rebuild all the buildings minus the rats and other vermin that happen to be in that part of St. Louis.
Wait a minute. You're telling me John Stewart could have rebuilt the planet Xanthi by
According to
using his
this,
ring in
by
the
using
Cosmic
his ring
Odyssey,
only.
saved everyone in that quadrant of the universe?
Exactly.
He
The
chose
threat would
not
have been
to.
minimized.
Man, I suddenly
Well, they
don't
didn't
like
have the
John Stewart.
painter. It wasn't painted yellow.
Right.
So it ends with them basically. The Key makes his escape. The Phantom Stranger leaves. But the two aspects that are actually pretty remarkable is that this is one of the very first appearances of John Stewart in the Justice League. Is most of them are like, "Who are you?" and "Why are you here?" He's clearly wearing a Green Lantern costume, and they're acting as if like, "What kind of tomfoolery is this?" or whatever phrasing that they had back in this era. But it's like, And it's like he has to basically, he couldn't defend himself. He's got the ring, it's glowing green. He's got the costume. Apparently, that wasn't enough. But the ring itself had to speak out loud to tell everybody that Jon Stewart's cool, man. He's with me.
Did Jon
And
Stewart say goodnight, Gracie?
no, but there are a boatload of other amazing catchphrases in this issue. It was absolutely stellar. So many phrases from the 70s and tell me brother, and it's rough reading.
Yeah.
But then the other, this I thought was actually more important, was that Red Tornado gets his new costume in this issue.
Ooh, he
He
ditches
goes
the
from,
weird old one.
yeah, his old one was just basically like a kind of a purple cape with, and he was all red. Just like there wasn't really any insignias or any detailing. He was just kind of red with purple gloves, purple cape, and purple shorts. But then this one is where he gets that arrow, the yellow arrow, like the last airbender,
Yeah.
Aang. He gets that on his forehead, the big T on his chest, and then the striped pants and the stripe on his arms.
Nice.
And it's like, hey, that's where that came from. Was this weird one-off issue that I figured like, wow, actually I had some major notes.
Yeah.
But
Who was the artist on that?
in this particular one, it was kind of a mixed bag. They had a couple people doing it. It was a Dick Dillon
Okay. Yep.
and
Dylan was.
and Dick Giordano. So yeah, it was nice, clean artwork. You can, I think, like the panels that I really liked, I could tell that was probably the Dick Giordano stuff. Yeah, and Len Wein did the writing,
Okay.
and obviously this was under the auspices of Julie Schwartz as the editor. But yeah, there was so many little weird moments in here that I was kind of taken aback. But yeah, apparently, as legend has it, a little bit of trivia, that the costume was actually sewn by Black Canary, and it was given
Ooh.
to Red Tornado as a Christmas gift.
The one dame in the,
Leave it to her to do the sewing.
right.
I guess she also had to set up the buffet for Christmas dinner and had been cooking the turkey the night before.
Right.
I think the one thing that was the weirdest of it all is that this all takes place within the same Christmas Eve. So everything that happens, it starts off with a murder of a Santa Claus. I mean, he's just blown up, boom, dead. And then it's like after that, it just becomes a scavenger hunt, and they never bring up that Santa had died. It's like you do remember, guys, that apparently Santa is dead. His body is still kind of warm, and they just kind of like, "Merry Christmas, everybody! This is great."
God
And
bless
it's
us,
like,
everyone.
yeah, it's like, you guys going to do anything about this dead Santa over here? There's nothing. They don't address it ever again. It's kind of like, ignore it. It'll go away. That was called The Man Who Murdered Santa Claus. The weird thing is that he's dying of cancer from his psychotronic drugs he was using, apparently. But he was able to make a miniature sun in this issue that had dual properties. It was a red sun, but it had a yellow core. So the red sun obviously affecting Superman, and the yellow core prevented Green Lantern from messing with it. He had apparently enough time to develop, research, and probably patent the manufacturing of a miniature sun.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the heck did that happen? Just like, yeah, I just had this stored away, and it put all it out for one trap. And it's like, it's a freaking miniature sun. How?
Well, the key is really smart, I really like the Grant Morrison version of the key. Have you read the Grant Morrison Justice League?
No, that
that's
might be down the
some good
road.
stuff. Yeah, far he's been the best writer we've talked about.
Wait a minute. You can't say that you don't like Jim Starlin.
Right. Well, Jim Starlin, yeah, I don't.
Plain and simple. Yeah.
So far,
Well,
nope.
yeah, has not hit that thrilled button. It's neither a cosmic nor an Odyssey. It's just
Okay, my
straightforward.
issue of Superman 369, The Man of Steel in a Yule duel with the Parasite. Dum bum bum. Now, this version of the Parasite, before later on they represent him as sort of this creature, this like who has this weird suction or teeth face, like a round, like a parasite, like a big giant bug. They
Yeah.
later, but this version, he's human, he's purple, and he gains the powers of everybody he touches and kind of feeds off him. I really like this version of it better than the creature version. I'm not sure why they changed it, but this is 1982, so it's pre-crisis Superman.
Even better.
Even better. He, for some reason, it opens up and he just hates Christmas. He is a humbug.
This is the
He
Parasite or Superman?
Superman.
Oh, okay.
He says, "Christmas, what a drain it is on me. Maybe if I keep myself super busy, these agonizing holidays will pass so much faster." He just
That's
hates.
not the Superman I know.
Right. It opens up and there's this house that's falling into a sinkhole, which I mean they must have been afraid of back in the 80s. And I know it happens, but this whole house is falling into a sinkhole while he's trying to find a Christmas tree for Metropolis. So he saves this family from a sinkhole and then grabs his Christmas tree reluctantly that he has to do every year for the last 3 years. He's gotten this Christmas tree for Metropolis and he's just really tired of it. He's got better things to do, he says. And while he's flying back to Metropolis, Santa Claus mugs some guy in a Metropolis street, but the guy fights back, and then Superman shows up, drops the tree off, and decorates it in super fast timing, and then flies away without even talking. And then Clark Kent shows up, which I mean, he always shows up right after Superman leaves. He isn't having any more fun than Superman is. And then Superman, to get away from it all, he goes to his Fortress of Solitude, in the snow-covered landscape of the Arctic, and with the big giant keyhole and the giant key to unlock it. I love that. He barricades himself into the fortress and he floats in above like he's getting this sonic massage to try and, cheer him up after his hard work or something. I don't know. And he remembers his parents and how much he loves them and had Christmas with them, and then is attacked by the parasite who somehow got into the fortress. But Superman, in a desperate move, throws him out of the fortress. The parasite gets enough powers to where he's like got a bunch of Superman powers already, and then just flies off. There's a subplot where this guy's trying to kill Clark Kent because of some of the reporting he did. And this other guy, who happened to be the guy that Santa mugged, is actually a CIA agent, also assigned to watch Clark Kent. The parasite shows up again and they fight. The CIA agent helps him out, and Superman is worried because the CIA agent went into Clark Kent's apartment and saw some of the Superman trophies that Clark has hidden away there. It's just maybe you shouldn't be hiding stuff into your apartment there, Clark. It gets really weird. This guy that is the CIA agent admits to Clark that he was also raised by John and Martha Kent for a couple years. And like as a pre-trial for when they got little young Clark Kent, they had a run-in with this CIA agent who was a troublemaker in his teens, and they set him right. I guess he tried to rob them or something, and then when he was caught, they accepted him into his house and turned him around, and he became a valiant CIA agent instead. And so they both, the moral of the story is they both loved the Kents and both learned and grew and had fond memories of their Christmas with Martha, and John Kent, who had both passed away, of course, in the pre-crisis Superman storyline. And I just found it really weird that Clark had a kind of a half-brother that he didn't know about.
For a hot minute, yeah.
Well, and it was an odd story based around Christmas. And I'm glad I read it because I learned to love myself.
So, yeah, family member that he didn't have, so he wasn't the last son of Krypton.
Right, he was the second son.
Second of the Kents.
Second to last. Who knows how many more he had, The guy's
Yeah.
name was Corey. Clark's.
Did you look up to see if that character ever reappeared in any other?
I did. He actually had 4 or 5 appearances
Nice.
in those stories. I think this was the second one. He first appeared in a Superboy comic, and then showed up here, and then he showed up a few years later in another one, in another issue, and that was probably about it. I'm trying to think here. I think it was 4 issues, but he was barely in one, and then he showed up in another one. That was it. Just 4 issues, which I was. That's why my first thought was, oh, is this character just like in this one shot and is never mentioned again?
Yeah, it's amazing. Some of those things where it's like they just throw something out. Like one of my favorites of all time was Superman's newest power. Would you ever guess what it is? And it turns out that he has super hypnotism, and it's the use of his glasses as Clark Kent. And it was a power even Superman wasn't aware of. He was just through his sheer force of will, amplified by the lens thickness, caused everybody to see Clark Kent as a very different physique and physical presence than Superman. And so, yeah, that was a power called super hypnotism. And he was able to, is why no one ever made the connection. Like you said, when, Superman leaves, Clark Kent just shows up.
What I liked about this issue was seeing the ads again, like the Play Bubble Yum sweepstakes and win exciting electronic and photograph prizes. And then they have a little maze you can do and win bubblegum prizes. And then they have the Batman in the Canine Caper. And that's right, it's a Hostess Twinkie Cake ad. Yum.
Oh man, those I loved. I loved those.
Yep.
And the thinking, there was a comic book artist or a team of artists that were behind those. I was like, okay, we got a new gig for you. Really, are finally breaking into comic books. What's it gonna be? You're gonna draw Superman. Oh my gosh, Superman! Really? I'm gonna draw Superman? Yes. And he's going to enjoy Twinkies or Hostess cupcakes. And it's like, oh, 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 oh,
Sure.
okay. That's what I guess I'm doing, huh? I'm
Yeah.
really going to do that.
Yeah, it
But
was
I
great.
guess everybody's got to get their start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, great ads. And then you can kind of see when you open up an old comic, what else was coming out that same time because they'd have little boxes at the bottom and this one had Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew #1 coming out.
Yeah, ironically, so did but this is the digest.
Okay, yeah.
And the very back cover of it had, a big old splash page, and then they were trying to, another dynamite comic from the House of Daring Concept.
Concepts from Dynamic Creators, Roy Thomas,
The
Scott
very
Shaw.
same ad. No,
Not
it's a
just
Christmas
another
miracle.
funny animal comic. December 24th.
Yep, first great issue on sale.
So that was 1982.
Yeah, these digests didn't really have a whole lot of ads. In fact, I don't think they had any. There was just, like I said, it was like a in-house ads where they were promoting other DC items, but there wasn't to your point, there wasn't anything about selling grit. There wasn't anything about, the Hercules wristbands or the Charles Atlas strength. Or what was what was the name of that one ad that was in like every comic in the 70s? But it was Dr. Voodoo's Lethal Kung Fu or something like that. Do you remember that ad? It
I
was
do,
like
but I don't remember what it
the
was
most
called.
dangerous man alive or something like that. And it was like that ad. I just remember seeing that in like every comic. It's like, this guy is amazing. I don't know what he is, but he's in every comic and he's got lethal techniques at his fingertips.
I love those digest books. Those are very cool. I have a couple, and then the other day I bought some Tempo books. The paperback where they would cut the panels off and just throw it into a paperback so you'd read it. It's still a comic, but it's in a paperback format. Those are pretty good too. I got a couple of those, and then the digests.
Yeah, and I mean, you didn't have to worry at the time because continuity wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it is to this day and age where it's like, okay, now was that at 8:45 or 8:55 that happened? Because this issue things happened at 8:40, and I want to know if this has happened before or after that happened. And continuity is way overboard. But in this day and age, it's like, hey, these heroes are just doing a thing. Next
Right.
issue, guess what? The thing that happened before in the last issue didn't have any bearing on this issue.
Yeah, and the great thing about the digests and the Tempo books is like they'd have stories with Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil, and then in the same book they'd have a story from 1970 with a tribute to Joe Kubert, or it's all over the place. They don't necessarily need to have a story make sense with the next story. It's a snippet of time that they could tell whatever tale they want. Bob Kane story. There's just a lot of good stuff here.
Yeah, this one has a wide variety of various illustrators. They had that Rick Carty guy who always kind of had a feel of like EC Comics more than DC Comics. It was a Teen Titans story. Then they had a Batman story with Dick Giordano art again.
Yeah.
And then they throw in, and this is one I was tempted to read, but I like the Justice League one because it had more characters in it. This is Jack Kirby's The Sandman in the Sealmen's War on Santa Claus.
With the cape and everything.
Yeah, this is Sandman when he was yellow and red. One of like Jack Kirby's last hurrahs at DC Comics before he made a run for it again. But yeah, Santa Claus legitimately shows up in the Sandman comics. If you just wanted to give a kid something to introduce them to comics in general, these digests were amazing for that. It just gave you enough to get your appetite. But if you didn't like it, you weren't like going, dang it, that was my one comic I could get, and it was a dud. This thing had a lot of them. You got exposed to a lot of different artists, a lot of different characters, and it was just an amazing format, a sampler, if you would. It's like the Whitman sampler pack of chocolates.
Exactly.
It's like, it's like, I bit into that one. That had the coconut in it. Gross. I want this other one instead. You could spit that one out and go on to the next one. So that's what Treasury, these digest editions were. They were able to just get a little bit of here and there and find out what ones worked.
Yeah, I remember getting a few of them. Like, I'm sure my mom was grocery shopping or something. We'd sit in the cashier line, and where they have the Archies now, that way, just exploring more. Oh, look, here's more comics. Great. Let me grab this. Throw it on the cart. I don't know why they don't still do that.
Yeah, I think
Archie's
Archie's
becoming a grumpy old man. It's Christmas.
It's happening. It's happening.
Change it up. Change it up. Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit.
Yep. We're being visited by the ghost of Jacob Marley in our own souls. We're given 3 nights to change our ways. The ghosts of Christmases, past, present, and future, will tell us that we need to get our acts in order. Yeah, but yeah, the digests were great. Yeah, these Christmas comics were really an interesting because it seems like some years they would do these, and some years they wouldn't touch them at all. Do you imagine like opening up your Christmas presents under the tree? I got a single issue. What the heck is this?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Here's a bunch of Christmas-related ones, or okay, everybody, let's gather around the old fire. We've got some chestnuts roasting over here, and we've got visions. We've got some sugar plums. Yep, got that check. Okay, let's just read a good Christmas story. Not a Dickens one. We're not going to read those. We're not going to read like A Child's Christmas in Wales, or we're not reading any of these other classics, and we're not going to watch It's a Wonderful Life. We're going to sit down and just read some good classic Christmas comic books.
Did you ever get a good Christmas gift? Did you remember anything comic book wise or superhero wise Christmas gift that you've gotten?
I think I remember we got a bunch of Migos for Christmas one year. And I do remember that as being like, oh man, this is great. We got a bunch of them. But for some reason, my parents didn't want us to dwell on things that were, we'll call it evil. So we only got the superheroes. We never got any of the super villains. So, it's like, okay, Batman and Robin, get in your Batmobile and you're going to apparently just go out on a leisurely drive because there's no one to fight. It's like, even though Amigo did produce like Penguin and Joker and Mr. Mxyzptlk and all the Riddler, we never got a single villain. So but I do remember opening it up and it's like, oh, check it out, Superman and Hulk and all these really the variety of characters that were in that line back in the day. It was amazing, but that was, I think, the most memorable superhero one because that was like what, the mid 70s, early 70s, mid 70s, I think, with Amigo. And to make matters, here's the grumpy old man moment for you. Amigo came back recently. They're at various. I think you can get them at Target. You can get them. So I just remembered as a kid, man, our Migos, we played with them, but they just self-destructed. They all just fell apart. I was like, oh my gosh, my Spider-Man, his arm would just fall off, and it wasn't for that cloth costume, his arm would have been lost long ago.
I still have my Spider-Man.
Yeah, so ours was basically that had a permanent dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
because it was like it just hung there limply in that costume.
My dog
And
got a hold of my Spider-Man, so his costume's all ripped and
ooh,
everything, but he's in good shape.
battle damage. I saw that they had Ultraman, the original Ultraman, and I was like, "Oh, this is fantastic! I'll buy that." And I'm thinking like, "Oh, okay, I spent my $15 as opposed to whatever it was back in the day when Mego was selling in the 70s." Like going, well, this is Mego. It should be pretty good now by today's standards. It should. And it's like they basically repopped the exact same body that it had, so much so that when I tried to turn Ultraman's hand, it just broke right off.
Oh no.
And it's like, yes, Mego remains the same crappy
Quality crap.
quality it was back in the day. And it's like there was no difference because it was like, the memories are coming back. I'm a child again. I'm transported back into yesteryear as I'm
Disappointment
holding.
again.
Yeah, I mean, it's like no sooner did I take it out of the package than it's already broken. And it's like, yes, Mego, you've done it.
Why can't you take it all away?
And then they would advertise like what cartoons were coming out for that next, in September. It's like, watch our Saturday morning lineup.
I love looking at those because I never remember what was on at the same time as other things. And I try to figure out what I would turn it to at that certain hour, based on what else was on, whether I was watching that show or something else. Fun little childhood reminder of seeing whether the Super Friends were on or Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, and the moral dilemma if they were both on at the same time.
Yeah, because we couldn't record it and watch the other one.
No, it was a Sophie's Choice moment. You had to decide one had to live and one had to die.
Yeah, we didn't know later on we could rent them or buy the whole season.
Yeah, see, yeah, complete, and then have it streaming to go all the time.
Right.
But
There's
yeah,
still
this
there's
is
still things in the Smurfs that I don't know what happened because I was watching something else.
yeah. Did Gargamel get him? What about Azrael? Is he okay? The cat may not have survived. I don't know. I'll never know.
So that was our Christmas issue review.
Our little gift to you, the
our
listening
gift to you.
audience.
We'll try to do this every Christmas. We'll pick a different issue or series. I don't know any Christmas series that
Well,
ever
there.
happened.
Speaking of, I think was it Mark Millar or Grant Morrison? One of the two that did Klaus.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you did. I
That was
think
a fantastic series.
I'd never read it, but we might have to do that some Christmas.
Yeah, because that was several, and they had like some special issues as well. It was not only a mini series on its own, but it had some like follow up books. But yeah, that was a great series.
That was Grant Morrison. 7 issues and 4 one-shots.
Wow, he kept that going.
That was Boom Studios. They have it in trade. Hey, a couple months
Yeah.
ago, you were at the Indianapolis Comic-Con. You were promoting the show and everything, right? You were passing out cards, and that's
I
why
was,
our listenership peaked right after that
yeah,
and
I was
jumped up.
tackling people left and right, just
Right.
like jamming earbuds into their ears and just say, "Listen."
Right. How was the convention? I mean,
Actually,
you heard.
really, really well attended from what what was there. Considering I mean, we're all still kind of in the pandemic. Some people are post-pandemic. Some people are still ongoing pandemic, and others are like, what pandemic?
Right.
But there was a lot of people in downtown Indianapolis for that convention, and of all things, William Shatner was guest of honor, and this was just days after he went into outer space.
Right. Did he glow?
Yeah, it was. My son waited in line for about an hour. Yeah, about an hour
That's not bad.
for him, and it was a little mixed bag. You could tell he was exhausted. The dude's in his 90s.
Yeah, he's
And
91, I think.
and so to wait, and just one person after another, and not seeing an end in sight of just the people coming through, waiting on Shatner, and he was very, very nice, very trying to be complimentary to everybody and tolerating most everybody.
But he was tired, I'm sure.
But yeah, you could tell he was just like, whew. The guys kept reinventing himself. I mean, I still will listen to his Transformed Man. And if you listen to He's got a great Christmas album. Shatner does.
Okay.
It's pretty dang hilarious, but
I'll see if I can
but
get a little bit and I'll add it right here.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
sounded pretty good. I like that.
Yep, this is a very unique take on classic Christmas songs, but it's done in Shatner style.
Right.
So he found to continue his popularity. But
What's like the
um,
Nimoy doing the Bilbo Baggins,
oh yeah, the two faces of Leonard Nimoy. But yeah, there was the sad part is like you wait an hour in line for him, and it's like, well, if you want a signature, it was 100, and then it turned into $120 for a signature. Hey, I just came back from space.
Right.
Oh
My
crap! Now
value's
it's
up.
120. Yeah, it's just gone up. My signature just went up. But
I'm
then,
surprised it wasn't more than 100.
yeah, so it turned to be 120, and then $100 for a photo with him, and
Okay.
there was a separate session for that. So
And that's after getting in the door, which was probably another.
it was a pricey trip when it was all said and done
Yeah.
for that. But as far as like exhibitors, there was quite a few, but there wasn't like where like back in the heyday of things. So conventions are coming back, so more people are starting to feel comfortable going back to conventions, and more exhibitors are feeling more comfortable presenting at them. But Indianapolis didn't draw in like the giant comic book crowds. The one person that was there that was a at least vintage comic book was Michael Golden. And I was like, holy crap, Michael Golden was there, the artist from Micronauts. He was the one that, the unsung hero that said Spider-Man's webbing should be globular as opposed to that perfect lines with little webbing inside of all those perfect lines. Because like when McFarlane took over Spider-Man, he started really introducing that webbing, and then he accredited it to Michael Golden. But yeah, Michael Golden's art was always phenomenal. He did that series Nom back in the day.
Yeah.
But he was like the biggest, I think, as far as like comic creators at the show. But this was definitely a Comic Con and not a Pop Con. And what was weird though is that most of the guests were pop, and not as much in the way of comic. So, which seems to be what's kind of happening in general. So, my son and a friend of his, or actually a couple of friends, they went and this was my son's first time cosplaying. So he had never done that before,
Okay.
and thought that was pretty cool.
I
So
have a son that wants to do that.
yeah, it was a somewhat simple costuming. They didn't go like hey, we were characters from some anime series, or not anime series, but some online game like Fortnite or whatever, League of Legends or anything like that. They went as a cartoon called Lupin the Third, and it was an anime that dates way back.
Is that a movie you saw recently in the theater?
Yeah, the CG. It was Lupin the Third, the first
Okay.
was
You
the
mentioned that
CG
in
version
a
of it.
previous podcast.
Oh, it's a fantastic, fantastic. They did an amazing job, and I may have mentioned it at that time, but they did an amazing job translating that 2D animation into the look into 3D. So that it's amazingly well worth it. The character is a lot of fun, a lot of lightheartedness, especially now more than the original intent back in the day. He was a little bit more risque, if you would. Now it's been tempered back quite a ways. And Miyazaki, one of his directorial debuts, I believe, was off of his one Castel Cagliostro. I'm probably butchering it. Was Lupin the Third. So he dressed up as Inspector Zenigata, and his friend dressed up as Lupin, and his other friend dressed up as Jigen, and they went and they had a good time. It
Well,
was
that's cool.
yeah, it was that intimidating factor of it initially. Then after that initial like, oh gosh, what am I doing? And then he got into the character and then just kind of got himself lost in that.
I marvel at kids today who can do that. I mean, it's come a long way since we started. There was some cosplay back then, but it's not even remotely like it is now. Anybody who can go out there, even in a costume that they don't think is that great, I respect that a lot, that they have the guts to do it. Because I would have even today, like, if I was a younger person, I wouldn't be cosplaying, but good for them, that's if you have the skill or even just the desire to do it, just go for it.
Yeah, yeah, that's I think one of the main things to your point is it doesn't matter what level because I've seen some people who've just made stuff out of like tissue paper costumes and they're having a good time,
Yep.
and that's what it really boils down to. It's like, hey, you're still having a good time.
Yep, just do it. If you want to get better, there's ways to do that, and if you're happy with what you're at now, that's great too. I mean, I think people accept that and then just enjoy it.
One thing though, having gone to not to go back to a previous podcast where we talked about conventions, but I'm going to go back to
Do I have to get Matt on the line?
yeah, we can bring it back here real quick. No, but it was the aspect of, and not that I'm like, somebody who's kind of just watching this go down, but watching cosplayers who didn't make the realization of, I have to use the restroom is one of the most funny moments. Like, you can see people just trying to figure out how to disassemble their costume enough
Right.
to use the restroom.
You'd think that'd be an important factor for your design, would be to, okay, I can't wear this 12 hours today without going to the bathroom at least once. So how am I
Yeah,
going
yeah, exactly, exactly. And it's like, I wonder if the sales of Depends goes up
to,
before
right?
conventions.
Is that what we smell during conventions?
Could very well
Is that
be.
what's happening?
Outside of Michael Golden, there's two things that I thought were actually, that should be brought up too. One, Jeff Easley was another artist that was at the convention, and Jeff Easley did, I don't know, infinite number of Dungeons and Dragons
Hmm.
packaging art, module art. He had been doing stuff for TSR all the way back to the first edition of the game. So most of the art you saw on the more polished look was this Jeff Easley guy who had done it. I think he did like the red box version of it and everything. So
That's pretty cool.
he was there. And then, of all things, the most ironic aspect, Bob Hall was there. Speaking of Matt, Bob Hall showed up.
Wait, here's where I do the crickets again. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ask him about Matt?
Yeah. Do you remember this guy? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, but apparently, I don't know if this is most recent stuff, but a playwright and theater director. He was co-creator of the West Coast Avengers.
Bob Hall was? Okay. I'll have to search him up on my database. I'm searching Michael Golden on my database to see what I have for Michael Golden. I actually have
Oh, man.
quite a bit. I have
Yeah,
23 issues of Michael Golden,
That
so
guy
it's not
was-
that much.
is a phenomenal artist. He did G.I. Joe covers. That was kind of a comic series I was collecting for a while.
Apparently, he did some Avengers annual issues and
Yeah.
some Defenders and Doctor Strange.
Bucky O'Hare, do you remember that character?
Yeah,
That
some
was
Incredible
his.
Hulk that I own. Marvel fanfares, he did some things. I know he did some X-Men, not regular X-Men, but classics. When they redid all the publishing, I think he did some backup issues for that too.
Phenomenal artist, very underrated. He did Micronauts, both of the series back in the day when Marvel had that title, when they were just trying to grab any license they could.
Oh yeah, Bob Hall, West Coast Avengers, penciler.
Yeah,
The
yep.
miniseries, at least that I have, he did that one. So he's been around.
Of the celebrities that were there, it was kind of funny to see. Not only was Shatner there, but so was Sam J. Jones of Flash Gordon, the movie fame.
Nice.
There was a battle of like overacting, and if you thought those two could overact, wait for it. Billy Zane was also there.
Wow.
So the Phantom meets Kirk meets Flash Gordon.
I don't see them getting along with each other.
I'm kind of surprised that the convention center was big enough to hold the egos.
Right. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. I would think they would just duke it out in the parking lot or something.
Well, we all know that Kirk Fu would win out with his fists double clamped together, swinging as if he's taking out another Gorn captain. I mean, as far as, going back to Christmas, I have kind of an ongoing thing of the few things I'll watch out of tradition for Christmas. And one of them is possibly, I'm a massive Masters of the Universe fan. anything and everything, and now it's almost a glut. There's too much to
Yeah,
get
there's a
as far
lot
as
coming out now.
yeah. They have two separate Netflix shows going on, and in the toy aisle, there's three action figure lines, very different and distinct action figure
Yeah, are you
lines.
missing any of those? Because I see them all the time.
Oh, see, yeah, they kind of pop in and out as far as like ones I'm missing. Almost current on them, and so many pop vinyls and so many. It's unbelievable. With all that said, I will every year watch possibly the single worst animated Christmas special of all time, and that is the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. And it is something where I basically have to isolate myself because no one wants to even hear it. No one wants to see it.
They
But
don't
it's
want to
like
know it exists.
exactly. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's almost as if you're having, like, when somebody throws up, everybody leaves. It's almost to that level of like, it scatters everyone in my household. It's like, we have to be somewhere else because dad's watching the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. And they have a song in it. It is so terrible. They introduce new characters, these little cute robot creatures, and they are, because they were trying to like tap into the Transformers that were going really, really strong at the time. So it's like, we can do Transformers too, but we'll make them into these bad guys. And it is so bad. So bad. But I have to watch that. And then on New Year's Day, usually because of everything else that happened on New Year's Eve, I'm like, I just need to cut back and just do nothing for New Year's Day. And that's when I pop in the extended editions of The Lord of the Rings. So I go full nerd on
Nice.
bring in the new year. It's the full extended 4 hours, and I just run them back to back.
Right. Yeah, we're waiting on Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna get a new TV, a much bigger
Mm,
TV, in the next couple months, and then we're gonna watch those again. All the kids are gonna want to watch it too. They've been asking
nice.
about it, stuff like that. So that's cool. We only have one. Well, there's two movies that we watch every year. One is Elf,
Hmm.
which has been a favorite of ours for the last probably 5 years or whatever. And then Die Hard. You could
Oh.
argue it's not Christmas, but it is a Christmas movie. So we'll watch that.
And the thing is as much as I say, yeah, it's not a Christmas movie, the fact that It's a Wonderful Life only shows a Christmas tree at the very end, and that's all that it has to tie it to Christmas. And him running through town, it's like, Merry Christmas!
Right.
Old drugstore, savings and loan.
Yeah. My wife's
Um,
never seen that movie, so we're gonna have to watch that one.
so that one has very tenuous grasp on it being Christmas. And I'm in the camp of it's not a Christmas movie. It just happens to be at Christmas.
He
It
has
is
a
Christmas
teddy
adjacent.
bear that he's giving his wife.
Yeah, and he does it right, ho ho ho, on the guy's shirt.
Right. That is Christmas. When you
Yeah,
quote Santa, even in writing,
even in writing, the
it's
check is
Christmas.
in the mail.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, although I will say that on many of my flights, because of that movie, after many of my flights, I do take my shoes and socks off and just squeeze my toes. It's like,
Right in the
it does
carpet.
work. Because it's just like, man, there's something about that depressurization or whatever it is about flying. And the fact that apparently in any building, you can climb through the ductwork.
That's right. It's just big
It's like,
enough.
have you ever been in an elevator that actually had a door on the top of it?
Well, I always assume it's hidden because they don't want people to get into it, because they've watched Die
Yeah.
Hard. But I know it's there. I know it.
I get in the elevator every day and I look at it and it's like, come on, where could that? There's no hatch in here. Why would I climb out the roof like they show in every movie?
Telling me that's a movie trope? No way.
Yeah, Hollywood lies. When did this happen?
Next, you're going to have me counting bullets. Oh, that gun
Oh,
it
yeah.
only has 9 bullets, but he shot 16 times without reloading.
That was in James Bond, Doctor No, Sean Connery does that.
Yeah.
It's like, you have a whatever, something, I can't remember what he calls it. But he called out the name of the gun. You've had your 6. And then it's like, he then shoots him. Still the best Bond. I have no interest in seeing it. And this is the saddest thing, is like, as much of a Bond fan as I am, I even did some freelance work for the Ian Fleming Foundation. I absolutely find all the Bond stuff that I can and love every bit of it. But these last few Daniel Craig movies, I haven't even watched Spectre. I have it on Blu-ray, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it's still in shrink wrap.
I haven't watched a single Daniel Craig, but I plan to. Like, I own a couple of them, but I
Yeah.
just never get around to it.
Casino Royale was good. I'll give it that. It was genuinely good. I don't like the fact that they had to change the game from Baccarat to Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
I thought was, you went to Europe and you're playing Texas Hold'em,
Right, yeah.
but due to popularity and familiarity, because like, who knows how to play that Baccarat
Yeah,
game?
who's
It's like
heard
this.
of Baccarat?
Well, Ian Fleming goes into extensive detail on how the game is played in the novel. But at the same point, that the book was when it was originally released in the United States, it had a different name because there was a fear of being able to pronounce Royale by American audiences. So, but that was his only good one. Skyfall had too many flaws. It was okay. And then
Was it
Quantum
Moonraker okay? Or.
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, I
Because let's
mean,
not pretend that every other Bond had a great set of series of, they all had stinkers.
yeah, that they definitely did. I mean, Roger Moore was consistently, as much as I will say all of his movies are terrible, it is what helped keep that franchise alive during the 70s. Because you think about that, Burt Reynolds was a deal. It was like the movie icon of the 70s. He had Smokey and the Bandit, the trilogy. He wasn't in the third movie, but Stick. I mean, he was in so many crap movies of the 70s. Even Clint Eastwood had to be aligned with an orangutan in order to keep his movie career going. And it's like, this is just to show you how bad the 70s was. So, I mean, when you have Roger Moore, as much as I don't think any of his movies, with the exception of For Your Eyes Only, they all were just terrible, terrible movies. But it was definitely products of the time that helped keep that character progressing through the 70s so that it could survive into today. So if it wasn't for Roger Moore, yeah, that character would be gone as of the 60s. If, again, this is my soapbox moment, but I would love to see a James Bond movie made today as if it was in the 60s. Or
Yeah.
technically the 50s when these books, late 50s when Fleming was down at Goldeneye in Jamaica writing these books.
Yeah, like a period piece.
Yeah, yeah. And then that way you can kind of go back to having them that way because it's like, look at how great Mad Men, that TV series, I only watched the first season of it, but how great that TV series was, and it portrayed things as it was, and you could kind of get away with it. It didn't glamorize it, it was still very blatant, like, whoo, by today's standards, but, at least there, that kind of, the relevancy of the British Empire was still somewhat in play.
Right, yeah.
The Cold War was at its height.
And he works better in that surrounding area with the Cold War.
So it's like, make a good movie. I got a chance to talk to Michael Wilson, who is one of the co-producers on that for Ian Productions. I was like, holy crap, this is Michael Wilson. And he and Barbara Broccoli are like basically in charge of the entire James Bond franchise. Yeah, it was kind of, I wouldn't say accidental, but it was like we were talking about product we were going to make and develop for the James Bond. And I got to, speakerphone with him.
We do have a couple more segments we wanted to do. And before we run out of time here, we were going to do some quizzes.
Oh, yes.
So we'll try and figure out how we do a couple of these. I've got one I want to do, and you've
Okay.
got one you want to do. So
Yep.
let's hit the quiz theme music, and we'll be right back. All right, so this the quiz. I picked one out. Let's do yours first, Mike.
Well, mine's considerably dated, but I still think it has some value. And this is, we talk about secret identities and how you align yourself with a superhero as an alter ego. So this is a way of finding out who your superhero alter ego is.
Just the title alone on this is great.
It dates back to circa 2012, this superhero. So, ready? This is which summer movie superhero are you?
Dun dun dun.
So to give credit where credit is due, this is actually a predetermined JPEG image I'm basing this whole thing off of that I found on Pinterest. So I can't like credit to this. So let's start, and we'll do a choose your own adventure approach here, Andy.
All right.
And
Sounds good.
we'll see where your path of superherodom goes. So,
I know who I'm hoping for.
yep. Well, we'll see what fate has in store for you.
That's right.
So we'll start off with this simple question.
Okay.
Which is more fashionable, a mask or a cape?
I think I always like the cape, you know? I think I'm going to
Okay.
go cape on that one.
Okay.
How about you?
I kind of like to. I want to go with that lady from Edna, Edna Mode from The Incredibles. No capes.
No capes. Okay. So,
So
you're
I'm gonna
picking
go
a
with
mask. I'm
a
picking
mask.
a cape.
Okay, so under the cape, the question then goes to who would you invite to your birthday party? Would it be aliens or humans?
You know, I don't really like humans.
That's the reason why we're doing a podcast.
So I'd always pick aliens. When in doubt,
Aliens
pick
it
an
is.
alien.
And then under the mask category, the question that it leads to is the third chapter of your superhero biography would mention either gadgets or accidents. And knowing my life as it is, I would have to say it's accidents. So
All right.
coincidentally, it leads us to the exact same
What?
question for both of us.
We're in the same spot.
Yep. So it kind of diverged and then it converged back into its component parts. And with that, the next question for both of us is, could you see yourself as a super villain? It's a yes or a no.
For me, I think I definitely could see myself as a supervillain. Because remember, I don't like humans. So yes, I'm going to say yes to that.
And I'm going to have to say yes because I think most people already see me as a villain. It's like somebody who's that cranky and that opinionated cannot be a good guy.
Okay, so we're both at the same spot now.
Yeah, we're heading identically into the same terrain. So that next question that it leads us to is, so we said yes, we see ourselves as a villain. It says, have you ever wanted to be a doctor? And it's a yes or a no.
You know, I got to be honest. I have never wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah, nor have I. It's almost too much studying.
Right, yeah. I don't think I could take it.
So I'm going to give you a heads up. So far, we've eliminated 3 potential characters
Oh, man.
at this point. Then, since we both said no, we're still on the same trail. Did you ever have headgear as a kid? Yes or no?
I have not had headgear as a kid.
Yep, nor have I.
Yep.
So we're still heading down the exact same
We're
trails.
probably going to end up being the same person. We've eliminated another person to another hero.
So, yep, we've dropped yet another one. So, we've actually eliminated 5, actually 6. What would you do for the world? Would you help it or would you destroy it?
I'd like to think I'd help it, but in reality, I would kiss it goodbye and destroy it.
So, destroy it. You have reached your final destination.
Oh, good.
Are you ready for the reveal?
I'm ready.
Or should we hold off and wait
Yeah,
to
let's
find out?
let's see where you go first too.
Actually, I was going to say I would try to help it. Even though that I see myself as a villain, and a lot of people would probably see myself as a villain, it may not necessarily be that way. But
Okay, so you're helping.
with that, yep, so I'm saying that I would actually help.
Okay.
And that leads to the next question, and I'm really kind of getting down to the final ones here. Which is more important in battle? Super weapons or super strength? I already kind of gave myself away when I said that I could either choose accidents or gadgets. So I said accidents more than gadgets, so I would say not super weapons, I'd say super strength. So that determined my fate as well.
Oh, okay? So you're somebody now.
I'm
too.
locked in. Yep, I'm locked in and you're locked in.
Okay, So who
So
am
would
I?
you hazard a guess as to who you think you might have been from the questions you answered?
Let's see. I destroy the world with
Mm-hmm.
no headgear, but I don't. I'm not like Doctor Doom. I'm a supervillain who likes aliens.
Now remember, this is movies of 2012. According to the summer blockbusters of 2012, what hero would you wind up, or what
Well,
character?
2012. That limits it a little bit.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises, Amazing Spider-Man, or The Avengers. Quite the
Oh.
trilogy of movies, superhero movies at
I
the
mean, I
time.
almost sound like a Thor, but he's not a villain. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who I
Yeah,
ended up with.
you were incredibly close. You are Loki,
I'm
according to
Loki.
this. Yes, because of the cape, because of the aliens instead of humans, and that you saw yourself as a villain. The headgear separated you. Like if you said yes to headgear, you would have been Bane.
Oh, well, I don't want to be Bane, so I'm glad I got
So,
Loki. Although
yep.
I can do Bane's voice better than Loki's voice.
Yeah, and then mine, the bitter, bitter irony, because I absolutely despise this actor. I think he's so poorly cast. I am Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk.
No, not Mark Ruffalo. That's just
Yeah,
in the last episode of the movies. We even talked about Mark Ruffalo
yep,
and what a
yep,
bad choice he is.
yep. You know why I don't like this list? Because I'm always angry. Oh,
Oh, Mr. Ruffalo.
yep. Yeah, his
Uh,
delivery on his lines.
I wanted to
You
be
know, if I
like,
wear glasses, it shows that I'm a doctor and I'm smart.
bet you he had headgear as a kid.
No, if I had said super weapons instead of super strength, that would have shoved me over into the Christian Bale Dark Knight Rises
Oh, okay.
Batman. So I was so close to being Batman, but instead I was Bruce, but a different Bruce. Not Bruce Wayne, I was Bruce Banner.
Dang it.
So if you want a little bit more irony, apparently you and I mixed it up in this particular movie. I being the Hulk and you being Loki. You know, I got to toss you around a little bit here. So that was
I get my own series, so.
this list was brought to you by Which Summer Movie Superhero Are You by Jennifer Lewis of Flavor Wire fame,
I
I
was
guess.
hoping to be the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Yeah, that one, oddly enough, I mean, you could get to him. He was a little bit tricky because he had to go through a lot. But apparently, the divide that split was could you see yourself as a supervillain? If you had said no, that would have put you on the right trail
Okay.
to get down to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Dang it. I have one, and it's going to be a little trickier, but I
Okay.
want to nail. It's Marvel's most published characters, 1 through 100. But I only want to know 1 through 10.
Most published, like they appeared in the most
Yes,
publications,
yes.
or they had their they had the
Most
most type.
published. So it has a 12-minute countdown, but
Holy crap!
I'm gonna have to type fast, and we're gonna have to figure this out. But
Yeah,
who do you think is first?
I would say probably Spider-Man.
I think Spider-Man would probably be it.
Yep.
Spider-Man's number 2.
Then I would say Wolverine.
Yep, definitely Wolverine. He is number 1. He's at 12,544 as of this. And Spider-Man was at 11,611.
Dang.
I'd say Captain America. And yes, he was third. So
Hey, got the top three, so we
okay,
can
top
coast
3.
from here. We got the top three right out.
Now it gets hard.
Yeah. Now you're getting at that next one. I would say it would be the Hulk. He was in a lot of comics.
Yeah, he is.
As
He
hero
is
and
number
villain.
11.
Oh, outside of the top 10. Swing and a
Yes.
miss.
Man, I'm going to say Iron Man because he's obvious.
Yeah, but that's out of the movies. Prior to that, he was such a B or C-list character.
Right. Okay, Iron Man's number 5.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Nice.
Prove me wrong. Let's say the Human Torch.
Human.
Because he was in a lot of like Marvel team up or the Thing. I'm debating.
Ooh, the Thing.
Let's say the Thing. I say the
yes.
Thing instead.
Let's say the Thing. Yep, Thing is number 8.
Oh, we're still missing number 4.
And I did type in the Human Torch. He is 17.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, I
he's
was
way
thinking of
down
like.
there. I'm gonna say Doctor Doom.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I was thinking the heroes, but I
Oh,
guess
is it
yeah.
only heroes? No, it's most published characters.
Characters. True.
It didn't show up on the list. So
What about the Punisher? He's had several titles of his own, let alone appearing in other books.
Yeah, he's 53.
Holy crap.
So no, not the Punisher.
Well, let's jump way into the new category. What about Deadpool?
Not in the top 10. Now, I don't know
Hmm.
when this was. Oh, Doctor Doom was 41. Deadpool, not in the top 100.
Wow. Well, that makes sense because you got, almost 80 years of, if you
Right.
count timely comics.
I'm gonna pick an X-Men. Let's see, who's Price Cyclops, maybe?
Professor Xavier?
Okay, which one?
Um, I'm going to say probably Professor X.
Okay, so I type that in. He is 13.
Ooh, dang it. Right
Okay, I'm gonna do
outside.
Cyclops. He is 4. Yeah. Okay, so we have top
Oh,
4.
okay.
Oh, we
So
have
we
top
got
5.
we got top 5.
And we have number 8 is the thing. So we're
Yeah,
missing.
if Johnny Storm is like in the 14s, I was trying to think like Silver Surfer or somebody like that, but
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
Silver Surfer.
no.
What
'Cause
about like Black
trying to think.
Panther or
Green Goblin?
Green Goblin? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of a stretch, but he's mostly a Spider-Man, but a often used Spider-Man villain.
He
Appeared in
did not
multiple
show
movies. Wow.
I don't know how accurate this is. I'm starting to question it now. I'm gonna say Hawkeye.
True.
Nope, he's 25.
Yikers.
Okay, who else could be in the top
Daredevil?
10? Daredevil. Let's try
I'm thinking
it.
like the classic stable of like the original.
28.
Ooh, dang. We're getting we're getting worse.
Right,
If
yeah.
not better.
Let's see. Who else is a
Thor?
Avenger? Oh, Thor. Yeah, you're right. Thor. Yep, he's number 9.
Okay.
Okay, so we need number 6, 7, and
And
10.
10. So I'm thinking of even like, who was in Secret Wars.
Right.
There's some characters that were just like appeared quite a bit there.
Like the Wasp, maybe, or something weird like that.
Yeah. Any incarnation of Hank Pym.
Right, yeah. Okay, the Wasp is 35. Hank Pym's 33. Nick Fury, maybe?
Yeah, and he had his own, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Let me type it in here. Nope, he's 27th.
Wow.
He had 3,581 appearances. Blob, I guess if I'm not going to do
What about
Magneto.
Namor? Because he was around since World War II. And you already did Hulk, right?
Did we? Yeah.
I
No, yeah,
don't
he was
know.
11. Namor is 24th.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, he
Storm?
is 18th.
Storm Colossus.
Did you say Storm?
Yeah.
Storm, yep, she's 6th.
Hey, we got
Wow.
one.
That actually surprises
That's
me.
that's kind of high. That's actually really high.
Like a Jean Grey, then? I don't know. That's
Yeah, it could be. Jean Grey. Doctor Strange?
Jean Grey is 15th.
Okay.
Doctor Strange. Let me type that in. He's 30.
Wow. What about Loki? If Thor is up there, then Loki might be. Since they kind of go hand to hand.
76th.
Yeah. Oy. Well,
No
yeah,
love
that's,
for Loki.
Well, I mean, who else was from the original, like Angel, or I'm trying to think of some of the other original
Yeah,
X-Men.
Angel.
He wasn't really popular even back then.
Right. Yeah, he's 16th. So
Yeah.
that's pretty high. Like Havoc or
Oh man, yeah, it's
I don't know. He hasn't been.
Iceman or Beast maybe,
Okay.
because he was
Beast.
in Champions, I think,
Oh,
as
yeah,
a
that's true.
superhero group.
Defenders.
Defenders.
Yeah,
and
Beast
then,
is 7. Yep.
Hey, okay,
So we need one more.
number 10.
Number 10.
Oh crap,
And who'd you say? What? The original. You said Iceman, and
Iceman
yep,
and
he's
Angel.
10.
Hey, we did it within the time frame. Probably barely.
Yeah, barely. It just
That was close.
hit the results. We'll count these down a little bit. Okay, so Wolverine was 1, Spider-Man 2, Captain America, Cyclops, Iron Man, Storm, Beast, Thing, Thor, Iceman, Hulk, Colossus was 12, Professor X, Mr. Fantastic was 14, Human Torch was 17, Nightcrawler 18, Rogue 19, Invisible Woman 20,
Okay, that rounds out the.
Kitty Pryde,
Four.
Emma Frost, Magneto, Namor, Hawkeye, Gambit, Nick Fury, Daredevil, Cyclops, Doctor Strange, Psylocke, Scarlet Witch, Cannonball, Hank Pym.
There's Hank Pym.
Black Widow was 37. Mary Jane Watson, that would have been a good one. 38.
Oh, true.
Well, that was fun. That was good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. And when you see them in context like that, when you actually put all the top 10, it's like, Yeah, this actually isn't that far off. You know, it kind of makes sense. Like, I would have thought like Vision or somebody would have been a little bit higher. Some of the characters are they're just not She-Hulk, you know,
Right, yeah.
not
Ghost
necessarily up
Rider.
there. Yeah, I was thinking Ghost Rider too, but it's like, he was kind of a product of the 70s when they were trying to do those horror comics and they were doing their own stuff.
Okay, here's a quick one. Superheroes Unmasked. Can you pick
Hmm.
the secret identity of these superheroes? We have 4
Oh dear.
minutes.
Yep.
Aquaman.
Arthur
Curry.
Curry. Yep, that's it.
Okay, Magneto.
Oh, it depends.
I have a
'Cause
list that I'm looking at, so I can probably help here.
Because I remember he had like Eric Lensher was like the name he had in the movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's not even on the list, though.
Ah,
Most of these are easy, I can see right now. But Bob Parr is the only one I don't recognize
huh.
for Magneto. Oh, Max Eisenhart, Lance Hunt. um, there's Hank McCoy, Dick Grayson, Charles Xavier. Can I skip it? I don't know. I'll skip it. Captain America.
Yeah, that's Steve Rogers,
Okay. Iceman.
Bobby Drake,
Okay. Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Incredible
Yep.
from the cartoon.
Yep.
Oh crap,
Was that?
Bob something.
It was Bob, wasn't it? Bob Parr. Okay.
Bob Parr.
Catwoman. Selena Kyle.
Catwoman.
Captain Amazing.
Captain Amazing.
I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah, I don't even know who that character is. Wow.
Incredible Hulk.
Yep, Bruce Banner. Or David Banner if you're in the TV show.
I actually clicked the wrong Bruce. I clicked Bruce Wayne. Dang it. Robin. Dick Grayson. Green
Yeah.
Arrow.
That was Oliver Queen. Oh, but he had different ones, a more current one.
Wolverine.
Connor something. Oh, that's Logan or James Howlett
You're
or
right.
whatever. Dumb.
Two-Face.
Harvey Dent.
Phoenix.
Rachel
No,
or
the earlier one.
Jean Grey.
The
Rachel Summers.
Riddler.
Edward Nigma.
Okay, we have a minute and 40 seconds left.
Oh crap.
Superman.
Clark Kent.
Green Lantern. It has Hal Jordan.
Hal
so.
Jordan. Yeah, that
Professor X.
one. Charles Xavier.
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
The Beast.
Hank McCoy.
The Flash. It's
Barry Allen. Jake Garrett.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Tony Stark. Or
Batman.
whatever.
Will it let me hit Bruce Wayne?
Bruce
again?
Wayne.
Okay, good. It does.
Yay.
Ghost Rider.
Ooh, that one's Blaze. Johnny Blaze.
Yep, Johnny Blaze. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Diana something.
Yep. Okay, we're back to Magneto.
Diana Prince.
Our choices are Bruce Banner,
Nope.
because I hit the wrong one. Lance Hunt. Max Eisenhart. That's I'm pretty
I
sure.
guess that's probably it.
Okay. Captain Amazing. Our choices are Lance Hunt or Remy LeBeau. Isn't that Gambit?
Yeah.
So
That's
Lance
Gambit.
Hunt. We got a 92%. Average score was 70.
We know our geek quotient is pretty high.
Right.
We got street cred of geekdom.
Look at that. Thanks, Sporkle.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, back in the day, Marvel used to put out those like fun or fun books or something like that, activity books, and they'd have just something where it was a collection of the superhero hands.
Yeah.
So you could see like from their forearm to the hands, and you had to identify what character was that based off of that. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh man, that was so cool.
I just had a flashback to at your house when we were in high school. You had this paperback book of quiz questions.
Oh yeah,
Superhero quiz questions. And one of the questions was, why is Superman different than all the others?
yeah.
And I still remember the answer to that one.
And
that is, he is Superman first, and Clark Kent is his alter ego, where all the other heroes, their alter egos are them, and then they have their costume as their second identity.
Yeah, that was kind of like, huh, okay.
Never thought about it that way.
Yeah, and that's where I found out that, because I think if I remember, that book was written by that Jerry Robinson, the guy who created the Joker. But yeah, it was a great American or a great comic book quiz or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever happened to that book?
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot about it until you just mentioned it. And
gotta
like,
find it.
yeah. Thank you, eBay. You're going to reclaim my childhood.
Exactly. I think we have enough for the Christmas episode,
And then some.
and then some.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. So Merry Christmas again, everybody, and Happy Holidays. I hope you're having a great one, and thanks for taking your time out of your holiday to listen to Little Old Us. If you want to talk to us, it's and this is why I love comics at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear what you want to hear from us. You know, what book do you want us to talk about? What subject matter? Which Matt you'd like back on? You know, anything like that. You can talk to us on the Twitter. You can talk to us on Facebook, and this is why I love comics podcast. I haven't gotten onto Instagram or anything like that because I'm old, but you know I might someday.
That newfangled technologies.
Right? I'm sure there'll be something out.
Maybe, MySpace will make a comeback.
Right? Let's hope. I wonder. I think I was still on my AOL account back then. You know,
Yeah.
checking the bulletin boards on my dial-up.
Mom, get off the phone. I need to get online.
Are you online again? I need to talk to your Aunt Gladys.
They're mutually exclusive. You can't be on both.
Mom, I just got on.
AOL only allows me a couple minutes each day. A month. I don't have... Yeah, I gotta watch how many megabytes I'm downloading.
Right. The good old days.
Yep.
Anyway, that's a bunch of old farts talking about the good old days.
Yeah, back in my day.
Thanks
We've
again.
had many a Christmas.
And we'll have many more.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Well, thanks, Mike, for
Oh,
joining
no,
me
thank
again.
you. This has been great. Absolutely
Yeah.
great.
I hope you have a good holiday.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We'll see what's hidden underneath the tree.
So for the show, this is Andy signing off.
And this is Mike's doing likewise.
All right. Well, happy holidays.
Toodles.
Ho, ho, ho.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin ate an egg. Batmobile lost a wheel. And that Joker, he got away.
Oh, it's cold out suddenly.
Yeah. I just get this nostalgic feeling. I just need to visit family, take that long, brisk, cold walk.
Will you
Under
be
the-
my friend?
For 5 freaking issues.
I cracked me up. Will you?
Oh, crap. Bendis, if you brought us one thing in joy, that was it. Because obviously, they didn't like that series, but for that one moment.
Oh man. Oh, you had me in tears.
Oh, definitely gotta get some beard whisker sounds of that one. I couldn't. Oh my gosh.
As always, thanks to Thunder Chicken for letting me use their music. Go check them out on Spotify.
Oh yeah, yeah. But hey, Andy, thanks. This has been fantastic.
Yep.
I needed that laugh.
Me too. Thanks. It'll make me laugh every time I hear it now too. I can't wait to edit that one.
Jeez.